This is the Washington Times front page for Monday, January 31st, 2022. Thanks for starting your week with us. I'm George Gerbo. North Korea test-fired over the weekend what experts are calling the most powerful missile since President Biden took office more than a year ago. Dave Sands reports it was the seventh launch in January after a long period of quiet as the U.S. administration settled in over the last year. Japanese Defense Minister Nobuo Kishi told reporters that the high trajectory of the 30-minute test shot marked the longest-range ballistic missile tested since November 2017. That was when a flurry of North Korean tests brought a furious response from then-President Trump and sparked talk of war. Analysts say North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has grown increasingly frustrated with the Biden administration's lack of outreach. The vocal backlash to COVID-19 vaccines and the mandates around them is sparking concerns that the anti-vaccination movement is finding a way to broadcast its message and chip away at school vaccinations for other diseases. Cyber trackers say the anti-vaccine movement has dramatically expanded its reach on social media, Tom Howell reports, and lawmakers in some states have floated bills that could weaken long-standing immunization requirements. Attitudes about vaccine requirements for measles, mumps, rubella, and other infectious diseases appear to be shifting alongside the COVID-19 mandate wars, worrying immunization advocates. The modern anti-vaccine movement was fueled in part by a since-debunked 1998 study that linked vaccination to autism. President Biden spent more than a third of his first year in the White House on personal trips away from Washington. Since taking office last year, the president has taken 42 personal trips totaling 140 days, according to an analysis of the president's schedule by Jeff Murdoch. Biden spent 95 days in Delaware, split between his homes in Wilmington and Rehoboth Beach. He also spent 45 days at Camp David in Maryland. For comparison, former President Trump spent a total of 124 days away from the White House during his first year. That broke down to 38 weekends totaling 110 days at his golf properties, along with 6 visits to Camp David that added another 14 days. Former President Obama spent more time at the White House during his first year than either Trump or Biden, only spending 53 days away from Washington. A reminder that you can find all these stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page. If you don't have access to the Times yet, you can visit WashingtonTimes.com/George for a special subscription offer. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has told the state of Texas it is canceling deportation requests known as detainers on certain illegal immigrants, including some who have pled guilty to felony charges of evading arrest or had convictions for drunken driving. In each case, Stephen Dinan reports ICE told Texas the detainers were canceled because they were no longer important targets under Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas' rules. Cases were revealed in documents filed in federal court in Texas, where Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton and Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry are challenging the department's rules. The two states said they have plenty of other examples of canceled detainers they will introduce when the case goes to trial in late February. And finally, Republican state lawmakers this month have filed 56 bills to ban the teaching of critical race theory in schools and other institutions. That's according to advocacy group PEN America, Sean Salai reports. There are now laws to that end in 10 states, including South Dakota, Arizona, and Tennessee. Republicans have full control of the legislatures in 30 states. Only 4 of those states, Utah, Montana, Wyoming, and Kansas, have not yet introduced legislation banning the teaching of the theory as of last week. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us on your favorite podcast platforms. Just search Washington Times in any major podcast app. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.